Some of you are not being loving. You are abandoning yourself and calling it spiritual. You are not being humble. You're disappearing. You are not being the bigger person. You are swallowing what is true. And the reason it's so dangerous is because it sounds like goodness. But goodness without truth is not goodness. It is fear in a halo. Our official alignment anchor. Yellow light. Pause. Breathe. Right where I am, God is. So I ask, what's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Here is today's consequence. When you spiritualize self-abandonment, you become faithful to everyone's comfort but your own calling. You keep forgiving without boundaries. You keep serving without stewardship. You keep turning the other cheek while letting people slap your dignity. And then you wonder why you feel numb, resentful, and distant from God. Because God is not absent. You are. Self-abandonment doesn't feel like rebellion. It feels like righteousness, but it produces the fruit of disconnection. In this conversation, there are two familiar characters. Character A, the holy disappearing act. This person is sincere. They love God. They want to do the right thing, but they were trained to believe love requires silence and endurance. The holy disappearing act looks like saying yes while your soul is screaming no. Calling mistreatment a lesson so you don't have to name it. Avoiding boundaries because you fear being unloving. Staying quiet to keep peace while your body keeps the score. Confusing guilt with conviction, calling it faith while your life shrinks. Character B is the integrated believer. The integrated believer is humble and honest. They know God does not require self-erasure. The integrated believer looks like forgiveness with discernment, love with boundaries, compassion with truth, serving from overflow, not depletion, saying no without shame, being a peacemaker, not a peacekeeper. And listen, beloved, the holy disappearing act isn't weak. They are conditioned. But God is not calling you to vanish. God is calling you to be whole. Here is how self-abandonment hides in holy language. It can sound like, I'm just trying to be Christlike. I don't want to make it about me. I'm called to serve. I'm supposed to forgive and forget. It's not that big a deal. I'm being tested. I'll just pray about it while refusing to take aligned action. God will handle it when what you mean is, I won't speak. And our yellow light check-in is this. Is this faith or is this fear dressed in faith? And here is the truth that steadies everything. Jesus did not abandon himself. He withdrew to pray. He said no. He set boundaries with crowds. He flipped tables when love required honesty. He loved fully without being controlled by people's demands. You see, love is not passivity. Love is integrity. And if God is love, then love will never ask you to betray truth to appear good. And the green light is not, I look spiritual. The green light is, I am aligned. And the red light is not conflict. The red light is self-betrayal. And yellow is our holy hinge. Because yellow is where you stop using scripture as a muzzle and start letting truth make you whole. I have used holy language to stay safe, to avoid disappointing people, to avoid conflict, to avoid the courage of a clear boundary. And I've learned something that has changed my life. God does not reward my self-erasure. God restores my wholeness. The more I disappeared, the less peace I had, because peace is not the absence of conflict. Peace is the presence of integrity. Self-abandonment in holy language is like wrapping barbed wire in satin. It looks beautiful from far away, but when you touch it, it cuts you. Our yellow light is when you stop touching what cuts you and calling it devotion, because devotion doesn't bleed you dry. The Pivot Protocol: pause, assess, and decide. Here's how to practice this today. Our first step is to pause. When you feel the urge to swallow your truth for the sake of peace, take one breath. Say, yellow light. Step 2 is to assess. Ask 3 questions. What is true right now that I'm spiritualizing away? What fruit is this producing? Peace or pressure? What boundary would love require if I honored my wholeness? And if you like the alignment chain, use this. Premise: what am I believing? Vision: what do I really want? Purpose: why does it matter? And strategy: what is the next faithful step? Because self-abandonment often runs on a premise like, if I speak up, I'm unloving. And beloved, love without truth is not love, it is enabling. Step 3 is to decide. Make one aligned decision, not 10, just one. Here are 3 options. Speak one clean truth. That doesn't work for me. Set one boundary. I'm not available for that. Take one faithful step. I forgive, and I will not allow this to continue. And remember, it's not the most dramatic step, not the most impressive step, but the next faithful one. So here is your charge for today. Stop using holy language to abandon yourself. God is not calling you to disappear. God is calling you to be whole. And our yellow light is to pause, assess, and decide. Today, practice this sentence. Truth is not unloving. Truth is holy. If you like to journal, use the following prompt. Where am I spiritualizing self-abandonment, and what would wholeness require instead? If something in today's conversation stirred you, don't rush past that. That stirring is often the soul's way of saying, pay attention, this is your yellow light. And you do not have to navigate this alone. If you are craving clarity, if you're ready to live with purpose, and you want aligned action that holds up in real life, I'd love to support you. You can reach out to learn more about Life Charter or what it looks like to work with me, Babs. Just send me a message with the word yellow and tell me where you feel stuck, numb, or unsure. I will respond with the next best step and the simplest way we can walk it together. Until tomorrow, yellow light, pause, breathe. Right where I am, God is. What's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. I love you deeply. For in truth, we are old friends because we are one.